Hello Mira learners, welcome to this new video. I'm Miriam and today we are going to see the answers of the video uses an inversion of conditional sentences. So let's start. In this exercise, we had to complete with the correct conditional form. Let's see first sentence. If John practices more sport, he won't be ill. Here we had to complete with the verb to be. And in this case, is first conditional. Why? Because it's a real or possible situation. So what do we have? Present and then future with will. So here we are going to use first conditional because the situation is real or possible. Second one, if the shop is closed, I will buy it tomorrow. Again, we have first conditional because in this sentence we have a real or possible situation. So if the shop is closed, present, I will buy it. Future. 3. She will come to the party if you tell her. What do we have here? Again, first conditional, but look at this. Here we have started first with the second part of the sentence. She will come to the party. First, we have future with will, and then if, the sentence with if. If you tell her, present. Why first conditional? Because the situation is real or possible. 4. What would you do if you had a better job? So here we had to complete with do. In this sentence, we have to use the second conditional. Why? Because it's a situation located in the future that is unlikely to happen. So what would you do, right, in the future if you had a better job? So here, what are we using? Would plus infinitive and then past simple. 5. If Mary had broken our car, I would have bought a new one. What do we have here? First, we have to complete with buy, and then we have to use here the third conditional. Why? Look at this. If Mary had broken, this is past perfect. So the sentence will be in the third conditional. This is a situation that didn't happen and its possible consequences. So the situation that didn't happen is this one. If Mary had broken our car, this situation didn't happen. And now here we have the possible consequence. I would have bought a new one. Look at this sentence. It is in the past and it is an impossible situation because we cannot change the past. 6. If Sandra is at university this year, she has to study. What do we have here? Zero conditional, because this is a universal truth. Obviously, if you go to university, you have to study. So, what do we have here? Present and present. Zero conditional. 7. Had you run faster, you would have won the competition. So, what do we have here? All this situation is in the past. And it's impossible to change that. So, we have a third conditional. It's a situation that it didn't happen and its possible consequences. If you had run faster, right, this didn't happen, You have won the competition. This will be the consequence. But what do we have here? Look at this. We don't have if. So this is the inversion. We have omitted if, and we have started the sentence by had. So first had and then the subject. Had you run? 8. Should our boss need more help, call this number. So what do we have here? This is an instruction. If the boss needs help, call him or call this number. So we have an instruction here. So we have to use zero conditional. Look at this. We have present and present. And what do we have? Look at this. We start this sentence with should. This should makes the sentence more formal. Instead of saying if our boss needs more help, instead of saying if, we have started by should. 9. If I were you, I would disinfect everything. So what do we have here? An advice. If I were you, I would do something. So this is second conditional. It's an advice, and remember, when we are giving an advice, as if you were other person, for I, he, she, it, we use were, not was. 10. If you were a doctor, I would call you instead of visiting the doctor. What do we have here? A second conditional. This is located in the present, if you were a doctor now, in the present. But this cannot happen. Look at this. If you were a doctor, you are not a doctor. This is in the present. And the situation is impossible. You are not a doctor. So here we have second conditional. Past simple and then would plus infinitive. 11. If I were taller, I wouldn't be able to enter through this door. What do we have here? Again, a situation located in the present. If I were taller, I am not taller now, but if I were taller, so this is an impossible situation. And then I wouldn't be able to enter. So what do we have here? Second conditional, if plus past simple, and then would plus the verb in infinitive. Let's continue with 12. If I had created my own company, I would have probably been wealthier. So, what happens here? This is a situation that didn't happen if I had created my own company. I've never created my own company, so this is impossible. So here we have to use third conditional. If I had created. So what do we have here? Past perfect if plus past perfect and then would plus present perfect. 13. Had you told me that you couldn't go to the cinema, I wouldn't have bought the tickets. So what do I have here? Again, a situation that it didn't happen. If you had told me, and then here I have the consequence, I wouldn't have bought the tickets. Look at this. Here, there wasn't any if. Here we don't have if, so this is the inversion. We start by had, and then we write the subject, had you, and then the verb in past participle, told, had you told. And then the other part of the sentence with would plus present perfect, wouldn't have bought. Let's see 14. If they had checked the instructions, they wouldn't have had any problems. So this is a situation located in the past, but it didn't happen. And here we have again the consequences. So here, it was in the past. If they had checked the instructions, they didn't do that. They wouldn't have had any problems. This would be the consequence. So what do we have here? If plus past perfect, and then would plus present perfect. 15. Would Sarah be disappointed if I didn't call her? So here, what do we have? A situation located in the future that is unlikely to happen. Here we have a second conditional. This would be in the future. Will Sarah be disappointed in the future? But we don't know, and we think it is unlikely to happen. So here we have second conditional, and then we use would plus the verb in infinitive, and this part of the sentence with if plus past simple. 16. Had he sent the envelope, he would have called you. Again, we have third conditional. This is a situation that it didn't happen, and we have its possible consequences. So, had he sent the envelope, this situation didn't happen. And then the other part of the sentence, he would have called you. So, what do we have here? The sentence with if, we have omitted if, and then we have started by had. Had he sent? Look at the inversion. We start by had, and then we write the subject. This is for making the sentence more formal. So the sentence with if that is omitted is in past perfect, had he sent, and then the other part of the sentence is with would plus present perfect. Please click on the like, por favor dale a me gusta, suscríbete, subscribe, para saber cuando subo mis próximos vídeos, for you to know when I upload my next videos, and see you in the next video. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Thank you, bye bye.